Hey, what is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It is K-Rod here. Uh, yeah, yeah, man. It's been a long time since I actually uploaded some stuff. I know I uploaded shorts for you guys, but yeah, man. I just want to say sorry for such a massive delay. I was supposed to have certain interviews on certain days, with certain fighters. Me and Aradije, we were supposed to get it going on Sunday, but unfortunately, I got caught up with so much stuff in which I was so busy, and life just took me down, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna come right back and just say, look, I'm back here right up on the grind. Unfortunately, I gotta go back to work tomorrow, and then I gotta grind it out for two days. I should have just kind of just like, I don't know, I should have felt like I should have just took my vacation all the way up until next Monday. But like knowing that I need to, at least get some money when I come back, I can have something like that. Or what I should have done, because I basically took vacation from the 19th to the 27th, I should have worked up to my flight and then take that whole week off and then come back, and then I'll have, like a full week, to myself to, work up and do basically whatever. But it doesn't matter, I'm back, things happen. And plus I'm still, working on stuff to, get ready to move. But that's like something that I'm not thinking about in the future. I'm just trying to take take one day at a time, and try to get things done as fast as I can. So yeah. So yeah, let's talk about, man. There's a lot of good boxing news going on, but I want to kind of talk about something that not a lot of boxing fans has really brought up, and I guess it's not like, I'm not like, like I'll talk about these topics that Blue Blood and all the other YouTubers are talking about, but I want to be talking about Vasily Lomachenko. And Vasily Lomachenko has an opportunity to fight Gervonta Tank Davis if he wanted to. And this is going to be similar to how, Lomachenko, he could have fought Devin Haney for the WBC vacancy, in which, granted, him and Luke Campbell were supposed to fight for the belt, but knowing that Lomachenko should have fought Devin when he was, the mandatory for the belt, when Mikey Garcia vacated to go fight Errol Spence, he's basically gonna do the same thing that he did, back in the day, to not fight Devin Haney to Gervonta Tank Davis. For those of you that don't know, Vasily Lomachenko, he is a former two-division world champion, if I'm not mistaken. He fought for... Actually, no, I think he's a three-division. Hold on, I gotta see. I don't like looking up boxers, box recs, but I think it's just really stupid. Like, you should have, like a rubric or box rec, app, and then I could just look up, the fighters, records. I think that's something that box rec or any other boxing, records, software system should have, just to make it easier. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Vasily Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken, he is either a two-division world champion or a three-division world champion. I think he's a three-division, if I'm not mistaken, because he lost his first title shot. Yeah. Yeah, so he's a three-division world champion. He was a former unified champion at 130 and 135, if I'm not mistaken. He fought Regan Diao when he was the super featherweight champion, and then he unified, or actually, no, he actually moved up to lightweight. Yeah, and I don't think he ever got any titles. Lomachenko, he was only the WBO super featherweight champion. So, yeah, Lomachenko, he was basically a three-division world champion, but unified at lightweight, for those of you that do know Lomachenko. And, ever since then, Lomachenko, he's been on a good, winning streak. I mean, the problem with, Lomachenko is that he only fought 2 times out of 2021, and this will be marking his very first official year out of the ring. come December. They do say that Lomachenko is planning on returning back in October. So I don't really know what's going to be going on for his next opponent. I want to say for his next opponent, it's probably going to be this guy, Gustavo Lemos. I don't know if that's probably going to be a good opponent. It's probably going to be some garbage, opponent. If it's any of these like young guns on the list right here, like minus Dennis, Berenchik, I think Dennis Berenchik, he'll be probably, the last, like opponent on this list that Lomachenko would probably fight. But then again, it's Vasily Lomachenko comeback party, so it's going to be somebody that we probably never knew that's going to fight him. If it's going to be any of these guys, like Jeremiah Nakathila, Isaac Cruz, yeah, not this, Yoshino guy, he's not that good. Zaur Abdulwalev will kill Lomachenko, Jermaine Ortiz will kill him, Cabrera, he'll crush him, Nunez will beat the crap out of him, Michel Rivera, that's a possible victory, but no, I think Loma, he'll struggle. If it's going to be Miguel Berchelt, that's going to be a dangerous fight, but winnable fight. I wouldn't mind. Man, I don't even know, man. I think Lomachenko, like, out of these listings, I don't know who he's I really don't know who he's going to fight. I mean, he should fight Michel Rivera or Jezreel Corrales, but for those of you that don't know Jezreel Corrales' situation, he's going to be fighting Jose Valenzuela, so he's busy, to get ready for that fight. So I don't know what's gonna be happening, but yeah, I really don't know where Lomachenko is gonna be fighting, his next fight, because if it's gonna be some bum that we haven't heard of, then yeah, he's definitely ducking Gervonta Tank Davis, and Gervonta Davis, is the money man in the division. But let's talk about the situation at hand of why I feel like Lomachenko's doing the same thing that he did to Devin Haney, but now he's doing it to Gervonta Tank Davis. When Lomachenko was the champion at 135, he actually wasn't supposed to be in that position. Lomachenko, if I'm not mistaken, well, actually no, looking at the record, when Lomachenko was, the champion at 130, he could have easily, hovered over to the other belts where he could have just picked up the WBO or whatever. But he basically decided to make his life a little bit easier by just fighting Luke Campbell, because he fought Luke Campbell for the WB. Yeah. So basically, that's how Lomachenko did it. He went after the WBA and the WBO, lightweight titles, after he had defeated, Jorge Linares, and then, because he moved up after the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight, so he fought Jorge Linares when he was the champion, and, he defeated him. So after that, he then faced Jose Pedraza. And I mean, ever since then, he decided to pull off a Canelo Alvarez to Devin Haney, where he basically ended up going after the WBC, title, in which, by the WBC's rules, if I'm not mistaken, you're not supposed to fight for a vacant strap unless, the mandatory didn't file their paperwork in to be the mandatory. So if you're able to get the belt at the time frame of which, the mandatory wasn't able to solidify their position after being summoned by the WBC, then I don't know why Lomachenko was able to get that opportunity over Devin Haney, because Devin Haney, if we all knew, he was just about ready to fight Mikey Garcia for the WBC title, but then when Mikey Garcia said, oh, well, I'm moving up to fight Errol Spence, after the Robert Easter victory, it's like, okay, so Devin Haney should have fought him and Zaur Abdulwalev for the WBC belt, and then the winner fights Lomachenko. But no, for some weird-ass reason, Lomachenko was able to fight for the WBC title, and basically the WBC broke their own fucking rules to basically screw over Devin Haney and make Lomachenko this big, hype job kingpin to run 135, where Top Rank had 3 belts held up on the line, and then, quote unquote, basically have that title to to be unified. But on top of that, here's this: he could have fought Richard Comey for undisputed right away. But then, if we are looking at the timeline here, after he had beat Raimundo Beltran, if I'm not mistaken, for the IBF strap. Actually, no. Yeah, not Raimundo, but yeah, he beat Isa Chaniev for the IBF belt for the vacancy. And look at the timeline here. After February of that 2019, he basically took 4 months off, and then he came back and fought whatchamacallit, Raimundo Beltran. And then leading into that August or that December, he gets knocked out by Teofimo. But it's so weird because if you think about it, Lomachenko during this time frame, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019, look, August, April, and Comey, he fought in February and June, if I read that correctly. Yeah, he fought in February and June. Yeah, he fought in February. Yeah, he fought in February, then in June. So, my question to you guys is, why didn't Lomachenko push for undisputed right away when he when he beat Luke Campbell back in that following was that December? No. Yeah, that was that following August. So Lomachenko, after he beat Luke Campbell to get the WBC vacancy, he could have easily fought Richard Comey for undisputed, but no, he decided to let Richard Comey basically fight Teofimo Lopez out of all people in the world, and then you would give the WBC more time to think about their decisions of how they're going to play this out, in which Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, granted, they could have fought for undisputed right there, in which Teofimo Lopez, if he had beat Lomachenko around that same time frame, where Devin Haney, he was trying to come up, he was trying to get his WBC interim and try to work his way up into superstardom, which, belts don't matter, but still, just beating the mans in your division, beating the killers in your division, that was something that the WBC was trying to prevent, and Lomachenko was trying so hard to get undisputed and basically screw over Devin Haney, and then try to set himself up to think oh, okay, well, if I could fight Richard Comey, I could be undisputed quicker. But no, he decided to hold that off, and then he goes ahead and fucking fights Teofimo Lopez, in which this fight was not supposed to happen. Him and Teofimo Lopez, that was supposed to be for, a undisputed title defense. If Lomachenko was to fight Richard Comey for undisputed, in which theoretically, if Lomachenko had just fought Devin Haney, in which we all knew Devin Haney, he was avoided by Lomachenko because Lomachenko said, no, I don't want to fight him. And then he vacated his title after getting the WBC franchise. That's pure facts. Otherwise, Devin Haney would have beat Lomachenko for the WBC at that time frame, granted, and guess what? Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez would have fought for undisputed right away. Devin Haney was so close of getting 3 belts. And granted, if Mikey Garcia did not vacate his titles and Devin had to go over to the PBC to beat up Mikey Garcia or wherever that fight, had to been broadcast on, but still, Devin Haney was so close of killing off everybody's legacies early in his career at 20-something years old, or 19, 20, or 21 years old. But that pretty much explains how great Devin Haney is. He went through the hardest route of the difficult gauntlet of his opponent selections. Because if you look at everything that Devin Haney did, he had everything, like seriously, Devin Haney had everything in his control to literally run, the lightweight division. And look at what Devin Haney had to go through just to get up to undisputed. We'll even start at the very end of 2018, leading into 2019. Juan Carlos Burgos, Zolazani, Nogadeni, Antonio Moran, who's a very good fighter, and he's getting better every single fight. He fights at 140. Zaur Abdualev, Alfredo Santiago, Gamboa, in which Gamboa, everybody will say, oh man, nah, he's old, bro. He old. No, Gamboa was a good fight. Oh, and Devin Haney, he actually fought at the Madison Square Garden. I totally forgot about that. Yo, Devin Haney, he's a fucking beast, man. Yo, much love to Devin Haney, bro. But yeah, yeah, pretty much. Oh wait, where's the George Kambosos rematch? Oh my God, it's back in Australia. God damn it. I got some shit to say about that. You Australian people, man. But yeah, he fought Alfredo Santiago, tough Dominican dude, in which he fought and then he dropped him. And he fought Gamboa, he fought Jorge Linares, he fought Jojo Diaz, George Kambosos Jr. for undisputed, and now he's gonna beat his ass again. Yeah, so I would say Devin Haney's resume would have been way more stacked if he was just given the opportunity to fight Mikey Garcia and Lomachenko to unify the belts, or if Mikey Garcia didn't move up to fight Errol Spence and he just went ahead and fought Lomachenko for all three belts on the line, and then Devin Haney can get the winner, then that would make a lot more sense. But I think Lomachenko, either way, he would have found any reason to avoid Devin Haney as much as possible, to not let Devin Haney get his shine, where Devin Haney was gonna beat him anyway. And I already knew that from the beginning. So I think Devin Haney versus Lomachenko would have been the fight early in his career. And Lomachenko's doing the same thing to Gervonta Tank Davis, where Loma, he doesn't have a belt, but Loma, he's screwing up on the opportunity to fight Gervonta Tank Davis if he wanted to. And it's pretty sad because Devin Haney, he has so much more to do at all the other weight classes. And I think Devin Haney, him fighting somebody at 140 is a lot better than him trying to go after Lomachenko, because Lomachenko, he hasn't been in the ring since last year of that following December. And I don't think Lomachenko is really going to be making any ring return of that caliber to fight anybody high level. So just looking at the political landscape, he's going to probably fight somebody that we haven't really heard of. But yeah, the Richard Comey fight was that was a decent victory, but Lomachenko didn't look that good, and he kept he looks like that he's absolutely regressing. So so I guess as far as my final point, Lomachenko and Tank Davis could have easily got their fight out of the way, and a lot of people really tend to forget that Lomachenko's doing the same thing to Gervonta that he's doing to Devin Haney. He's trying to keep his name tied around these dangerous level opponents, i.e. the Black American fighters like Devin, Shakur, Tank, and all these other guys. And Lomachenko knows that he can't be doing that for that much longer, because eventually people will start pressuring him to get into these fights. But even if he doesn't want to fight them, he's going to be looked down upon as a fraud. So the biggest issue of the matter is that Lomachenko, he's in a very tough gauntlet situation, because he can't just come back and fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I don't see that fight happening. I think Gervonta would absolutely fold him, but the status of where Loma is at, within all sanctioned bodies, is that Lomachenko could either go the WBA route, where he could fight any of the top 10 WBA fighters. He could fight Michelle Lazarza, Rivera, or he could fight Jezreel Corrales, in which I don't see Jezreel really, winning his fight against Jose Valenzuela. So maybe if I'm Lomachenko, let me get that working with Jose Valenzuela, because that could be a winnable fight, but I don't think that's a good selection of opponent. But I would say he should go after Ricardo Nunez, the Panamanian guy that was supposed to fight Frank Martin. Keep away from Frank Martin. Keep away from Pitbull because Lomachenko will get knocked out by Frank Martin and Pitbull. He should probably fight Ryan Garcia. I think Loma and Ryan Garcia makes the most sense in the lightweight division. Well, no, Ryan Garcia fights at 140. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, there's really not that many options. I mean, I could say Jojo Diaz, but I'm pretty sure to all you Jojo Diaz fans, you'd be like, nah, man, I don't want to see Loma versus Jojo Diaz. Who wants to see those guys fight it out? But I think that's a terrific fight for Lomachenko, because even though Lomachenko, he's on the worser end of 34, about to be 35, like, if I'm Lomachenko, I just take my matches easy. They're not gonna be easy, but I find the least path of dangerous, resistance and fight a guy that is not as hungry as he has once been before. And I think Jojo Diaz is that perfect opponent for Lomachenko. Or he could fight Tevin Farmer, in which he's going to be fighting Mickey Bay. Don't know when the date is for that. I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, I think Tevin Farmer, that's a great matchup. Fight Jojo Diaz, that's a perfect matchup. He could fight, man, I don't... I mean, I wouldn't mind Gary Russell. Tell Gary Russell, hey, look, we'll pay you like $4 or $5 million just to come up to 135 and fight Lomachenko, and then the winner the winner of that fight has to be matched up against any of the top 10 fighters out of any sanctioned body. I don't care who, but as long as that's a good deal, I think that would incentivize Lomachenko to fight all the big names. Like, honestly, I really see, like, look, I don't hate Lomachenko. I just hate how he's moving. Similar to Terrence Crawford. Like, I don't hate Terrence Crawford as an individual. I just hate Terrence Crawford as a boxer that chooses to move funny in the division or in his own respective division. So I guess the biggest issue of the matter is just that when we look at the situation at hand, like, we really don't know what Lomachenko's mindset is. Either one, he does want to fight these guys and he's just like not in a good mental state of mind because of his situation out in the Ukraine, in which I don't see Lomachenko really being psychologically broken because it looks like he's too busy playing PS4, and Call of Duty Warzone. But I don't even know. I think Lomachenko, he's just like, you know what? I'm just chilling. I'm gonna be playing some Warzone, go back to boxing, play some Warzone, wear my keep on my military outfit on, and just be like, all right, see you guys later. Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think Lomachenko, man, like, he really needs to get it together, because whoever he's fighting, come October, that's what I heard. I don't think it should be any bum. It needs to be a valuable opponent, and it better not be any of the guys that I mentioned. It better not be Miguel Berchelt. It better not be Jeremiah Nakathila. Nakathila will knock out Lomachenko. Granted, he will beat the living brakes out of Lomachenko. But if that fight is made, you already know what I'm going to do for all my Namibia fans out there. Yo, if Lomachenko's stupid enough to fight Jeremiah Nakathila, out of all people, oh my God, I am streaming the shit out of that fight. I do not care what is happening. I am going full Namibia mode on these Lomachenko fans. I'm gonna be like, Africa, Africa. But nah, man, it's gonna be interesting of who Lomachenko is gonna be fighting next. I don't know who exactly. I think the best opponent would be Jojo Diaz, and if he does not fight anybody credible at lightweight, then he will be doing the same thing to Gervonta as he did with Devin Haney in the past. The only difference is just that Loma, he doesn't have a belt to hold people back. So now Lomachenko, he's not in the driver's seat anymore. He's basically going through the death gauntlet of all the boxing matchups that are stylistically all wrong for him. So I don't know, man. I really don't know, because if he fights anybody low level and he continues to do that until a quote unquote world title is, like, is available, in which I think that's what Lomachenko's trying to do. He's trying to wait for Devin Haney to move up, or just, end up fighting him, in which it doesn't make any sense, because Lomachenko, as far as I know, I think he has, some secondary belts or some like interim titles, within the WBO or WBA, but still, it's like Top Rank can easily mandate, they could easily order, Vasily or they could have some political, support from the sanction body to say, hey, we'll give you like, this amount of money for you to fight Devin Haney, and you know, the WBO can mandate Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see why that can't happen. But I think that's what Bob Arum's trying to wait up on. Because he knows Devin Haney's gonna whip George Kambosos' ass, and I would heavily expect Devin Haney to do so either. But it's like like the rematch with him and Kambosos. I don't see that fight being the same fight. I think Devin, he's gonna end up being, the same pure boxer puncher, fighter that he did to Kambosos, and I think he'll probably end up stopping him. But I don't think Devin's gonna do that. Devin's just gonna go in there, have a good time, and probably come December or try to come next year. We're probably gonna start seeing Devin Haney at 140, because I don't see him and Tank fighting each other. Devin and Tank, they're probably gonna see each other at like 140, but I don't see Tank being at 140. I think Tank's gonna end his career at 135. But I say for Devin Haney, he should really stay at 135 for one more year, beat the fuck out of George Kambosos, and then fight Gervonta Tank Davis if the opportunity is available, or fight Vasily Lomachenko, or shit, maybe even Shakur Stevenson. But I don't want to see Shakur and Devin fight, because look, I'm not advocating for Devin to avoid Shakur. I just think, like, for those guys to fight each other, that should be a fight, like, at a bigger weight. You know what I'm saying? Like 140 is like a more interesting matchup than 135, because Shakur, he's not grown into the weight class. You know what I'm saying? But then again, Shakur's fighting in September, and Devin, he's fighting in October. So if Shakur plans on moving up and fighting Devin Haney next, that would make a lot better sense for him and Shakur to fight at the end of the, or no, not at the end of the year, leading into the new year, for him and Shakur to fight, and then basically the winner can just move up to 140. Or I'm pretty sure that's what Shakur would love to do. Yeah, fight Devin Haney, move up to 140. And I mean, Shakur and Devin, they're just they're like brothers, man. They'll probably end up fighting each other like 3-4 times in their career, but the best matchup between them would be at 135, hands down. And if Devin can help out Shakur, and Shakur can help out Devin to make the most money together, then I would do that. I would do that for any of my friends that compete in the same sport as me. But I mean, in the sport of boxing, the money has to be really, really big for both of us. So therefore, we can help each other out, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably go like 50, 75%. But I would not want to fight any of like my friends or siblings that are in the sport of boxing, where I could end up hurting them. But I'm not gonna go super duper hard on them. But nah, man, I think Devin and Shakur, that'll be a barn burner fight. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, that'll be the battle of the masterminds and the battle of the masterclass boxer punchers, man. Because Shakur, as much as I love my southpaws, I think Devin, he's grown into the southpaw, difficulty matchups. But then again, I can now see why Devin Haney, he struggles a little bit with southpaws, but his struggles with southpaws are really not that hard because Devin, he knows how to like adjust very well. But I think the minute he messes up against a guy like Tank, that's where my theory in believing why southpaws are such a dangerous matchup in boxing, because a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to be perfect for 1 second. Devin, he has to be perfect for 12 rounds, or if he's already figured you out, then you can't figure Devin out because Devin's constantly making adjustments in the fight where he's just too smart. He's so defensively technical minded where you really can't do anything to him. So, at the end of the day, man, Vasily Lomachenko, he's in a really, really bad position. But all the other champions that I've mentioned that, Vasily Lomachenko should be fighting right now, he's going to be in a very, very difficult position. So I don't know what's going to happen come the end of the year. I think Lomachenko, he's going to fight some bum. And then Devin, he's going to beat up George Kambosos, once again. Just get Kambosos out of the sport. So therefore, he can go back to his little black looking, mixed, looking wife. And then, he can go back to his little, small little homeland in Australia. And then we don't know what's going to happen with Gervonta. Gervonta said he's going to be back by the end of the year. So I'm thinking December. Gervonta just fought in May. So I don't like him waiting around for 6 to 7 months. But if we're gonna say by the end of the year, maybe November. I think November is a better month, because that way Gervonta he could get a fight in and then come back in maybe February or March. But I don't know, man. It's gonna be very, very interesting, and I love talking about these boxing news that are going around in the certain circles. So I just have fun with it, man. As far as my podcasting episodes, I will be back on that. I just haven't really been able to put my focus onto that. I've just been so busy, and life has just been kicking my butt, man. I just came back from Florida as of yesterday, and I literally took like an 8-9 hour nap. I literally went to bed at like 9:30 at night, and then I didn't wake up till like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So here I am back on the grind. It's already 6:54. So yeah, man, I appreciate you guys. Let's probably shoot for maybe a live today. I'm not too sure what I will do today. I gotta finish up on my packing, and then I'll be set and straight in stone. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and more videos coming on the way. So yep, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and salute to the mighty LDBC. Peace, and I'm out.